Hello, this is a Platinum 1 tank bot review, and the post on this one mentions they just wanted to know their weaknesses.
You claim you are skilled.
Because
That
if you
remains to
lose
be
and you're not
seen.
sure why, that's a good time to do a VOD, so we'll go through. But yeah, you could have tried to Matrix, but Venture just does so much damage without actually shooting that it's hard to shut down those combos sometimes, but... We're going, we see Ram, maybe you could have gone to the right and been a little sneakier about it, but I like you just ignoring the Ram. So good play. And it's fine to just keep these people busy. Ana is the one support who can really punish you for overextending with a sleep anti, so it's fine to just keep these guys busy. Matrix the healing, like on Ana and stuff like that, but your team got ramped really fast, but sometimes it takes longer and you're just trying to keep the rest of the team busy while they work down the ram, but... And you took a bit of chip damage there, which stopped you from actually being able to go in. But yeah, you're looking to go in, Matrix the Genji maybe, but... Or if you're just going to look back at your team, throw a sideways Matrix, because that covers the most area, and just make sure that what is it? Soldier rocket doesn't hit them, so... And I'd be careful about using your booster just to go a few feet, because now you're going to have to just take all this punch, but... And I was going to say, it's worth looking up to at least see if anyone's up there, because same thing, Ram's low ground, you can go high ground for free, but... And you are being a bit of a heel hog when you just stand here and get punched, but... And if you make a mistake like that, I guess you could just die, reset, or if you didn't want to use your ult, I guess that's fine, but... Oh, good on your DPS. And try and just get your mech back. Well, eventually it's going to come anyway, but...
Touching the payload! Where's my team? Let's mech up this party!
And you don't see anyone on him, I'd go up, like, take car, or just shoot at this guy, see if you can get a pick, but... Now the Ana is here, and I'd just be matrixing and hope she sleeps, because going after Ana is always super awkward. Yeah, and ending up here is just kind of awkward again, but... Okay, we do have to talk about that ult. Or is it going to kill everyone? No, okay. So when you ult, you got to be conscious about where you're going to land. I think you kind of just tried to flick it. I kept dying so early doing that on games, and it was costing me games. To where I was like only using ult for a remech, but you just got to be more careful. Where I do it is I'd try and just consciously fly up here, and then hold left and land here and remech, and that's just... getting your mech again, maybe you kill the BAP or you keep the supports busy and you can keep going from there, but getting hard reset on this point is tough because they're all going to stand here again, so that is a big thing on D.Va, not dying when you ult. Oh, you heard Burrow. Go get him. But there we go. And I like you go into the corner, take less chip, let your matrix recharge, and then you can rush up here. So that was some better positioning there.
Oh, come on!
And if multiple people are shooting at you, Matrix, well, if BAP was one, then you can go for the kill, obviously. But I'm just saying, Matrix, you got the soldier and the Ana's attention, so. Good play, he went in so deep that he was killable.
Initiating defense matrix.
And you kind of just stood on the payload when you did that. Like, Matrixing this guy is huge, so. Venture might have been able to drill through it, but it's like, you gotta help your DPS when they go in front of you. Just a little late on that. And just, I'd still say go for 1v1 this soldier. You can probably get a free kill, or at least you're going in a spot where it's a 1v1. Because D.Va staring down 3 people is just not good. You're gonna get burned down, so. And you're discorded. Or no, is that Venture discorded? Okay, sorry, it was Venture discorded, but yeah. Okay, same thing applies. You gotta just matrix and get out. 2 people through a matrix is around the same as the situation before where it was 3 people shooting. You just gotta not take all this damage. So, would have just matrixed and walked out, but let's see if it works. No. Yeah, so you can just be a bit too aggressive, a bit too straightforward with your positioning or out in the open, and it can get you killed a few times. So, I mean, even a few deaths like that and earlier where you ulted and landed here, a few of those is game-changing, so. Now we're on Ram, which maybe you just wanted more health, but I think you could have done that with D.Va if you just played safer. Because Ram is hard to, if they go high ground, you gotta flush him out with a long rotation. Yeah, and you didn't really need that Nemesis, but
I am moving the payload.
she's just too far to get. Sleep, anti, these people shooting you at the back. I'm just, don't do it. Don't do it, brother. Okay, luckily she missed her sleep, but like this soldier up here is just going to cause so many problems for your team, which we haven't really looked back. Your team is actually all looking at a venture, so this is bad, but
Failure is not defeat.
Get in there, Bob.
oh, good job DPS. Gonna get you through the worst part of the map, so that's good. And on these vortexes, you can wait till the end when you actually hear it charging up or them charging up, or just hold it. I guess if more comes out, you just gotta be more patient on the matrix, see where someone's gonna end up, and then cut them off with the vortex. Good job holding these guys off, not letting them retake. And on Ram, there's no reason not to just come up here, because you can always drop if you need to, or they come here or here. But getting up here is hard, so their team's not exactly the setup type, but or they do have a Hanzo, so.
Thank you kindly.
Well, it's Sombra now, but rule still applies. You want to, if you can, try and take that upper area. Okay, and this is just a lot of confusion. You got the Sombra up here you can't do anything about, the Juno here who's too far to chase. I think you just need to commit to getting these two people with your nemesis. And once you go in here, these people can't shoot you. So I would just focus on forcing these two guys out instead of because the more you stand on payload, the more you're going to get shot from 3 different angles and just get out traded. So yeah, that was just sloppy. And the post said be hard on him, which I'm not really hard, but that's why. That was definitely just you being confused, standing on payload and getting shot from 3 different angles. So and I still think this is just the fact that you made mistakes on D.Va and thought I have to change my tank for more health, but the D.Va would still be good here, especially against the Sombra, because you can peel or Matrix if you hear someone getting hacked nearby, but and that was a good vortex. You're cutting someone off. He's in here. You can go in with the staff, push him out, and then you have your nemesis when he doesn't. So that's a way to break this open. Venture feeds, good job. You might as well just use the barrier. It's free. It's going to come back up after nemesis anyway, but okay, and actually there was no vortex again. When he's backing up, he only has one option. So throw it deep behind him, cut him off. Getting this pick, probably not going to happen. But if you can, that'll make things really easy.
I will give you shelter. Annihilation.
And he's in deep, so same thing. Vortex behind, cut him off, kill him. Okay, good job. And we don't have to stare at this venture. We don't even have a matrix anymore, so we might as well just see if anyone's over here to kill. So but you're on RAM again, so you have the problem of no mobility, so I want to see you here or here. You 2 people have payload. It's not that important to have 3 on payload. It's more important that you punch the supports when they come out, or the RAM, and just pressure them. And that's just I'm missing my shot, so I'm going to barrier. Something's going to happen here in 3 seconds, so I think you should just keep your barrier, but and this is fine because your Ashe had a good dynamite and you have an ult. But if you were going to do that anyway, then you would have died. So I want to see you just be more disciplined with holding corners and pushing these guys out and not just standing on the payload and getting pincered between the RAM and the other people, or in the DPS. So but all in all, that's fine. I think your DPS bailed you out on 1 or 2 fights there. But it's definitely positioning so far. We got a Winston. And the thing about this is I just don't, because the Pharah and the Winston can ignore you. Similar to how you were D.Va and you ignored the Ram, they can just go up here and have a fight here and you can't do anything about it. So honestly, if they're on full dive on tanks like Ram, I've started just forgetting far up corners sometimes and just standing with my team. And anyone who comes in, I can at least fight them. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about where you can't do anything. And it's not on this map in particular, it's not even like you can hold off the rest of the team well because they can, even if they had an Ash, the Ash can just stand here and toss a dynamite or Soldier can shoot. So it's kind of like, what's the point of being here if you can't even hold off the slower members of their team? So. And you're kind of just stuck in the middle again, but... And going in deep's not terrible because you're at least indoors, so it's not like Pharah can shoot you in the back, so... It's fine. I might have just rotated out the safe way, to be honest. Because we might die here. We'll see. Yeah, and you gotta be conscious that there's still people behind you. Which sometimes I'll throw a barrier and go after the tank, but on Pharah, what is it, Brig, that's not even gonna help. So I would have just kept going on the corner and just... You know you're in a situation where if you go for the tank, there's people behind you and you just gotta kite them.
A better world is
Winston.
possible today.
So this is good. And I love how you didn't barrier there, so good job. You have it for the retake. Those fall reses are so annoying and hard to deal with, but that's fine. You ended up hitting your head and going on the water tower. I would just play safe here. You don't need the bubble because you didn't actually do the jump you wanted, which I think was here. So, but. And I would have just played safe and gotten healed there. I don't know. You just felt pressure and you jumped somewhere, but...
Someone call?
Because Yurana's really trying. She's up here, so... I mean, if you were here, then... Oh, is that an anti? Yeah. She hits this anti? Oh, no, that wasn't the anti. This is the Adventure's thing is purple. But she would have had an easier anti if you were here and then you go back in and cycle. So I think you just jumped to somewhere when you were taking damage, when you had cover right there, so. Yeah, that was just an early bubble and some bad positioning getting you killed again, but... We're going through. You might as well. I don't know where your team is. Look back. Okay, your team's not here yet, so just wait a few seconds. Good job pressuring them out. Yeah, no res for you, Mercy. Okay. And I think you just assume people were going to be on the payload or the Winston would be there. You can walk. Same thing with the Diva. You don't have to use your jump to go 5 meters. Because if the Venture pops up too, then it's kind of a nightmare scenario. And hopefully they don't do that. Come on, it's like, oh, you've had this situation a few times where you're looking at your team. The Ram because of your positioning and the Winston because of your jump usage. You just can't help, so Yurana hits the clutch sleep though. Oh, the Bastion Nano is a surprise, but yeah, just go in there deep, cut off the team. Bastion will get anyone over here, so that was a good heads up play.
Double
Outstanding!
didn't need to drop there. I just from Winston tickling you, because then you have to come back up and use your jump just to come up. So. And I just take a look over here, see what's going on. Oh, sleeping venture. And you were 350 healths, alright, and you had your bubble, but your team just wasn't there, and they ulted. So yeah, this might get you killed, but. And I was gonna say, you can bubble just to block the healing on this guy. Okay, force primal. And it's your call, but if a Winston primals, I just think, oh, I can't kill him. I'll go make my own play, but. Oh, and why'd you give up on that brig corner? I would have just stayed on it. But. Especially if you jump, you can probably get through the mercy healing, but. And your team's just gone. I'd recommend just jumping here. Give up on a primal if they all live, and you're kind of by yourself in deep. I just would give up on the primal at this point. And like hide car or up here, and just be ready to sort of reset with your team. Yeah, because this bubbles, you're basically just trying to live. It's not an actual aggressive play at this point. Oh, and there Winston went in. So, I mean, if you gave up on the primal and you see this, then I might just, same play, block the healing. And this time he doesn't have primal to bail himself out. So, I think you just overstayed your welcome there. And it happens when you have primal, you want to do that, but... Oh, Bastion coming through. Venture's just annoying, but that's fine. And it's okay to play this far corner. I know payload's kind of close, but you can still just walk here or take up here. Same thing applies. You're allowed to be active. And that was a risky jump without bubble, but it was kind of near cover, so that's fine. No, and I was going to say, now they're running you down. This area with the health pack was right here. I would have just stabilized, gotten the health pack, and then looked to use your bubble more aggressively, because you're just kind of getting run down at this point, but... Yeah, and they ult you, but honestly, I don't even think they needed those ults. It was just the fact that you took a lot of chip damage, didn't get into cover, and take the free health pack, and then they ran you down, but...
The payload has reached
Miracle, let's group together. Group up with me.
I think that was just a missed jump, or you meant to land on the peller, what is this, propeller, or fan blade, but whatever. Force the ult, and I would just get out. Like, you don't want to jump into this. Like, they're not looking at you. That's kind of lucky. Just, I'd go here and just start looking for other things and waiting out Valkyrie. So, because if you kind of like, wait, I want you all to shoot me while you're under Valk, then you're kind of just feeding. Yeah, and I mean after you lost those two, it might have just gotten out, but I think you tried to do it here. Maybe it was just a little lazy or something, but we'll go. We'll see how you retake, because we got Primal at least, which is not a lot of great targets for Primal, to be honest. It's either the DPS have to use their abilities or Brig again, but... And I might have just gone for the Mercy and the Venture. The payload's not that close, so you've got a few seconds, but... Brig's fine too.
I'm ready to unleash my primal rage.
And you can try and jump this guy if you panic or make him make a bad play and he dies. Might as well just try, but... And if you want, you can even just run down. Like, don't jump, but just walk and go for the Brig. If your DPS follow up, great. If not, you can use your jump to get out immediately. You don't even have to wait 5 seconds. So I think there was a proactive play to be made if you just wanted to walk on the Brig, but... Yeah, and that was just your whole team reacting at once to getting the payloads, so... And you bubble. I think you just got a little spooked there with the bubble. We didn't see the Winston on our first-person point of view, so I don't think you were trying to block the healing or anything. You just were dumping bubble, but... And it happens. Your team just gave up all the space when you all went payload, but...
One attackers incoming.
They are Orisa, so I guess you have something to shoot at. Luckily, they went Orisa, but... Oh, that's a no-no. Because you know, Anna just reminded you she's playing the game when she slept you. And I was going to say, getting antied as Maga is horrible because you basically have nothing you can do about it. Even Roadhog can just get the damage reduction by using his suck thing anyway, but yeah, this is just... Getting antied as Maga is horrible, so... You played way too far out from this corner, especially after you knew Ana was here because you got slept. So, just... hopefully, yeah, you don't have a Kiriko Suzu or anything. Or you need to beg for one or else it's over. Yeah, that hurts. I think you might just be getting too cute with the tank picks, but because you're playing so many. I think Ram and holding the high ground would have been fine, but... Oh, now we're Zarya because they're Orisa, which can work. I mean, the fact that Zarya's slow and your teammates are still alive is not good. So... That's kind of -1 on choosing Zarya. Number 2 is it's hard to retake because you're going to take so much damage, but...
Someone stop that payload!
And when you hear that hack, and just you're standing on the payload again, sure, Zarya's good against Orisa if... Well, Orisa has the barrier thing, so not so much anymore, but you don't want to be out here getting shot by 3 or 4 people. The payload's got another, what is it? Yeah, 9 meters, so you've got 5 seconds. I just still play Water Tower, play to live, grind down the Orisa, but don't... I don't know why you've been on the payload, on top of the payload so much this game. Yeah, and I bet we wish we had a bubble at this point, but you use both of them because of your positioning being a little bad, so I don't know who I just bubble someone, or whoever it gives me, but bubbling this Ashe would at least give you a chance. Yeah, maybe just being a little too cute with the tank counter picks, but
A fox is not taken twice.
because it's not a great Zarya map.
Group up with me. You're all good.
Get together.
And your team's going up here, why don't you go up here? You might as well you're only getting one team fight per point with the overtime spawns, so just make it a good one. Don't just brawl in the street. Unless you see an advantage, but yeah. Yeah, that's kind of just unfortunate. I don't think we heard the Junkrat, but it's like, you should be up here anyway, as far as just holding a defensive point, so. And I don't know why we're kind of just floating around again. The health pack's here. We've done this before. You can just live. Genji's gonna come out. You guys pincer him. I don't know why we're just kind of backing straight up through the street at this point. Okay, you kind of got your Kiriko killed. Sorry, but it happened. She's like, oh no, my Zarya's low and in the middle of nowhere. I'll just teleport in, and then yeah. And you can go for the right click on Ana whenever this happens. I'll kind of just try and right click, and you'll probably die for it. But Ana, if you can kill Ana, do it. I hate Ana, but. Yeah, this is just gonna be one of those overtime snowballs, but are we at grab? Okay, we got grab, so.
Detective Chase, at your service.
Coming up, and I think you had time to do the rotation. At least charge yourself off the Junkrat or force him off, but.
My ultimate is ready.
And Zarya has the, the barrier perk. So if you can just bait that out, then at that point you're golden. Oh, there it is! Okay, there we go. So we stopped the bleeding. Good play. And this is a long one. I try and keep these 20 minutes now, but...
5, 4,
Zarya's just going to be tough to attack here. If the Orisa...
attackers incoming.
Well, the Orisa's going to stand here, but if the Orisa was here,
The payload.
it's kind of like, what are you going to do besides awkwardly go up here or try and go up here and just hide, but... And whenever I hear all those like pain sounds from them, I might as well at least give them a look to make sure they're not like speared or low for the teammate bubble, but... And you were much more disciplined there with the cover and wait till they're actually shooting you and then you bubble, so I think you're doing much better here with the positioning. And you do have a bubble and your Genji went up there, so I think you can go for an aggressive play on the Kiriko or someone. But I like how you use the payload's cover. You can try Torbjorn or keep going Orisa, but... Great bubble.
Go.
And you see an Ana out there and you have a bubble, you can just run at the Ana. Like, try and make some more proactive plays. You were doing well on staying alive and using cover that fight, but you didn't make so many. You can make a play as well when you see things like this. So leave the
30
payload,
seconds
go
remaining.
after when you cross this corner bubble, just to make sure you don't get slept. But
I'm on
I was gonna say it was weird your Ashe was out there, but you could have probably done a bubble because she was going for that crazy play. But
Enemy turret ahead.
turret destroyed.
They can't hurt you.
and at this point, I would look back. If you see two people on payload, you might even use your mic here. You gotta get this soldier out. You don't want the payload to be here and then soldier get the game-winning flank. So I would want to leave the payload, but and same thing, you can at least try and pressure Kiriko. Why not? Instead of shooting the barrier, but good job going for the soldier. Good bubble too. Okay, good stuff. So we've got a shot. Same thing applies. Zarya, it's tough to play Zarya here. So I might, same thing, hopefully someone gets payload and you can at least get to here. Okay, yeah, and those guys are up there, so I was trying to see if your Genji was going in. Because he was set up on the side, so I was thinking like flank play, but oh, he can kind of go up there. Okay, that's fine. He's not going. And yeah, well, I don't need to tell you that Orisa can walk out of that, but I just think from not having map control, that was sort of your only target. Except I do want to say, when I looked up there, the other thing I was thinking, they buff the pull radius of this to 7 meters. So if you grab this whatever speaker, you actually can get people here, which is funny. So that's the other reason I was looking up, is Zarya got that pull buff to where you can just ult a wall and people get pulled down from the high ground. So might have been worth going for that. You probably would have gotten a free soldier or Ana had you tried that, but yeah, and this is just the awkward part. Like, soldier can do this, which is, yeah, I've been playing a lot of soldier lately. It's kind of just free to shoot down on people, so it was an awkward spot. That grab was probably your only hope, but Zarya is not such a great counter pick on this map. And against the perk, I guess that changes it too. That stupid barrier, Orisa actually can kind of just stand toe-to-toe, but I think the main things were your positioning, some of the ability usages on multiple characters, like the Diva fly pack, the Winston jump, Diva ult, you didn't land in a good spot. Sometimes you're just taking tons of chip damage, standing on top of the payload as well. So those are all things to take into account. So I hope we pointed out your weaknesses so you can climb up out of Plat. So good luck.